Okay, so let's tap in and so part 2 and kind of see what's coming in, if there's anything that wants to be shared with those who are watching, anything just that is highest for us to know or participate in or be aware of or clear or whatever else. We'll just open and see what comes. So let's see. You're clear and I'm clear. Source channel's clear. Okay, beautiful. Let's see where we're going. Yep, we can clear some stuff. Okay. Over time, so over life, it's a program. It's a program most of us have been put into. Yep, the collective has been put into 2 things. It's not belief, but it's a program. So these are kind of feeling like, no idea, like computer programs someone in. It's kind of like they're programs that have been put in, and I don't know exactly how all like the matrix or the artificial intelligence or whatever else is going on, but there's interesting things. I have thoughts, but none of that matters. Anyways, it's like we've been programmed into an illusion that's not being helpful for us. So we're going to be able to let that go. So whether you look at it as beliefs, whether you look at it as perception, whether you look at it as something different than that. Also, I didn't even talk about like that Schumann resonance. Like the earth is shaking this shit out, right? Like for real. It's like, I feel like the earth is waking up, and I feel like humanity is waking up. And it's just like that energy and that vibration is just like really starting to be big. And I do feel like the earth is just like shaking stuff out. It's like, this can't be here anymore. So humans, like, you guys gotta let go of it. Which is beautiful. And whoever else is holding these programs, you know, plants, animals, water, all of that stuff. We'll get to let it go, because it's keeping us stuck in that old timeline, in the past, and that's not the now. The new timeline is now. We are in it now. We claim it now. We step into it now. It is seeing all through the eyes of love and letting that love see us back. I'm gonna do this again, but I went and saw a Rumi exhibit today. It was on. I was down going to see my new chiropractor, and it was on like across the road, and I'm like, Rumi, amazing! Like, I'm gonna go see this. So I went in there, and one of the neatest quotes, or at least the one that really stuck to me today, and I'm not gonna say it right because I know they use a different name for Rumi. They use like his first name or something, but it's like, the sun is always shining on Rumi's face. Like the sun always shines on Rumi's face, kind of thing, because Rumi is always looking at the sun. And so I was like, whoa, like it just hit me with this profoundness of stepping into this new layer of life, that like, if we think of it as like love is always holding and supporting us because we are looking through the eyes of love, you know, like we create it, it creates us. Like, we've been fearful of this outside world. We've been surviving in this outside world. Most of us have played these games of life and finances and food and love and belonging and all of these things, right? But when we do that, like, we're looking out with fear, but fear also looks back at us, right? Like, we find it, we get what we believe. But again, like, if we're always looking to the sun is always on us. If we're always looking through the eyes of love, love is always supporting us. And so it just felt like this, whoa, that's another leap of like, not just beliefs and not just thoughts and not just theory and not just philosophy, but like, what about actually embodying that, like for real. And that is how we live, and that is how we create. And because we are all powerful beings, that then becomes the new normal vibration that all the earth radiates and holds. So, I don't know, just cool. Okay, so let's see what this one is here. Okay, grief to joy. Let's read what this one says. So this is This is Definitions of Emotions by Bradley Nelson from the Emotion Code. And I do Emotion Code a little bit different than he teaches, but beautiful, beautiful teaching training. I just kind of make it my own a little bit. So it says, intense emotional suffering caused by loss, disaster, misfortune, an acute sorrow and deep sadness, universal reaction to bereavement, can also be feeling harassed, vexed, or exasperated if someone gives you grief. Interesting. So there is this sadness that's inside of us. And honestly, like sometimes I feel like that survival is sadness. It's like if we don't behave and do a certain thing, we cease to survive, or we're not taken care of, we're not held, we're not nurtured, we're not loved, right? That's a deep sadness, right? That we must keep climbing, we must keep clamoring, we must keep figuring stuff out in order to just live. And that's sad. And then that can also be feeling harassed, vexed, or exasperated if someone gives you grief. I don't know about you guys, but you know, it wasn't that I was always afraid of people as a kid, but I was always very mindful of who was around me and what their energy was and whether they felt like safe people, creepy people, weird people. So again, not that, I don't want to say not that that's bad, but just this heightened awareness that always need to be on again, that there was something lurking that would want to hurt me, and I wasn't just innately safe and in love. And you can call that common sense or whatever you want, but when you think of how that affects a person, when we often live that energy, and whether we live it consciously or whether it's in the back of our minds, or, you know, maybe we feel totally confident and safe out in the world, and that is awesome. These pieces can pop up every now and again. So I think that's like the bigger clearing of trusting, like we're going to get to be safe. And it doesn't mean don't be like, don't be stupid and trust like absolutely everything. But it does mean like trusting yourself and knowing that you get to also like birth this world around you and create this energy and sphere around you rather than it affecting you. You get to be the creator of it. And yes, you use your intuition and trust yourself above all. And it could be in the moment. It doesn't have to be this thought that's always there that like is a default, like low level hum that's like in the background of like, stay safe. Like it can just be, you know, you trust yourself, and when you get that ding, you're just like, ooh, okay, right? So there's a harmony vibration that can start to stay. Hopefully some of this is making sense. Hopefully all of this is making sense. This is, again, just what I'm kind of picking up on these deeper programs. And I'm going to call them states, actually, because they are like states of being, states of mind, which not on me today, deep state, that connection of how that word is used for other things. So I was like, how about that? Anyhow, let's see. Oh, and grief again, a second layer of grief. Wow, okay. This time it's pleasure we get to put in its place. Yeah, like enjoying and loving life. And yeah, that is like freedom and harmony and unity and the joy of being. The joy of being. My friend Carl Weston of Raven Wellness, he posted some books that a client or a friend of his was reading or something like that, and one of them was C.S. Lewis, who does Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and like the Narnia stuff, and it was called Surprised by Joy. And I googled that because I'm like, ooh, I love that idea, like surprised by joy. That's nice. Like, what if you just kind of welcome that? It turns out the book isn't one I'm really interested in reading, but that whole idea, and this comes along with that joy and pleasure, is it's like, what if we got to just like live in that joy and be like surprised we're also choosing it by like jumping this timeline and getting to live in joy, getting to live in joy rather than that grieving, rather than that fear, but just in like what feels nice and what feels good. And it can be simple joy. Like so much of my life, the changes that I have made, life is just like this simple joy. There's not a lot I would want to change right now, to be honest. It's just like, it's very easy, it's very flowy. I absolutely love all the little pieces and facets, and yes, there's little tune-ups here and there, and you know, some things I'd like to like welcome in and call in as I know I'm ready, and they will come as I know I'm ready, and you know, I'm shown they'll come. But it can be so simple and so beautiful, like having lots of time, doing work you love, being with your family, having lots of just like playtime and free time and nature time and like amazing people around you and beautiful conversations and just like beauty everywhere, and you know, like gorgeous sustenance to like fill your body, and amazing movement and fun and play, and just like all these different pieces get to come in, and it just gets to be like so easy. So easy. And that is like such beautiful pleasure, is just being in that simplicity of harmony with life. So again, like we're just taking these levels deeper to those programs that are running, that again have been there for so long that sometimes we don't even know they're there, or we just think that's life, that's normal, we have no choice, but we do, and it's here and it's now. So let's see, sway, emotion code, symbols. No, it's Reiki, but it is Reiki symbols. It's not the new symbols. Okay, 2 symbols. So two symbols, which are beautiful, we get to use. Oh, beautiful. Hosanna. We don't need to do the chanting with it. So Hosanna is, it's a cutting of cords. It's a cutting of cords, and it's quite a beautiful symbol. It typically is done between 2 people, but lately it's been coming in a lot as cutting cords of programs. And actually, when you look at this symbol, it looks like a DNA strand a little bit. It also looks like chains shackled together, which is so cool because, like I'm saying, if these are programs, if these are kind of like shackles, so to speak, that have been put upon us or even ingrained into our DNA somehow, it's like now we're getting to break free. We're getting to break those, what you would call universal laws, because maybe they're not as organic as we think, or maybe they're just outdated, right? We are growing vastly. So let's do this symbol. If you want, you can just kind of rub your hands together and just kind of feel some of this energy. And actually, I'm going to have you just wash that energy all the way over your body, all the way down to your feet. Whew, give a little shake if that feels good. And Hosanna, 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 Hosanna. Beautiful. And how I've been using it is almost like grabbing those end pieces and then just like yanking the 2 pieces apart. And that's not how you would typically do Hosanna, but like I say, I just get kind of shown what to do, and I'm like, that's what we're doing. And also in talking about like that like breaking apart like the old DNA that's not healthy for us, when I'm talking about the earth and how it has like these multi-layered grids now, when you see those new like 12-strand DNA or whatever they are, like there's so many strands in there. It's almost like if you looked at the earth and you looked at all these overlaid grids, it's like, whoa, there's a lot of strands there, right? So I mean, the world, as I've been seeing so much more lately, like that macrocosm mimics the microcosm, and like it just is all so interwoven. It's blowing my mind, right? So yeah, so that's just cool. Let's see, there's a second symbol with this one. Let's see. Okay, and it's a new symbol. This is one that came through with Roseanne Grace and some of her training. And so I don't know what it is. I've been kind of seeing it. I called it like the new white light symbol for a long time, and then Spirit was like, it's not that. Like just this week, it was like, it's not that anymore. And I'm like, okay. So it's like a new earth symbol. And I won't share a whole lot about it because it did come through Roseanne, and I don't know what she wants shared or not, but we will do this here. And it also definitely, the way I see it, is this microcosm, macrocosm. Like it's just amazing the way I'm seeing it now. So that's really cool. Like it just keeps growing exponentially, and also like through the center of it just like goes down infinitely as well. So we'll do this one. Okay. Whew, beautiful. And we're just gonna make that nice and big around all of us. Gorgeous. Okay, so done for you guys, done for me. Nice, nice. Okay, we are getting a little bit long here, so let's leave this here. I will definitely be tapping in over the next couple days. I never do like one-off sessions. I always just do like 10 packs and 20 packs, but if you need to jump in for something and just clear some stuff, if you're really feeling rattled, like I say, it's coming in fast. Like do message, and we will certainly set something up, because it is becoming that time where people are just ready, and the work I do is very unique. Maybe you've experienced it, maybe you haven't, but no, you can reach out at any time, and I'll probably do some more stuff on here. Yeah, we'll let this one integrate. It gives you lots of food for thought. I really rambled on a lot of interesting stuff. So yeah. Love to you all, love to you all, love to you all. Happy Portal Day. And, what I do want to say is, when you notice, so what I've been doing when I notice those old thoughts come in, like today I really noticed like some of the nasty thoughts that are in my mind, like about myself. And I'm like, what? And I don't think I typically think things like that. But like it was coming into my awareness today a little bit more, even the small spots where I maybe still do. And so it's like, I put that in the past, like all of that is behind me. Like I'm not even in that timeline anymore. Like I love you. I thank you for, trying to help in those ways that hung on to pain as the motivator or whatever else it was trying to do in love. But I completely let that go and just hold myself now. And as I'm moving into this new timeline, I take none of that with me. I clear all past timelines. I let them go with love and grace. I know that my loved ones are traveling with me, and they have their own trajectory and path, but they get to travel with me, like my kids and stuff, and that those who are meant to be with me on this journey will be, and just adding a lot of grace, and love and that trust without proof or evidence, because it's just so palpable, that the energy right now, like you can just feel it. So my point with that was, as you're seeing these things coming in at you, you might be feeling a little bit more rattled. You might be feeling a little bit more triggered. You might be catching yourself in old patterns. Like that's because they're coming to you to be like, this doesn't serve anymore. You can totally let this go. And it's as simple as that. Like I say, it is instant like manifestation right now. Like you let it go and it goes. So yeah, manifestation is not even the right word, but I don't know what you would call it otherwise. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Do send questions, do chatter away, connect. I love this stuff. I love you all. What an amazing time to be alive. And okay, quantum leaps of love and light, and you are just pure perfection in absolute every way. Much love. Bye.